Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Mike Tyson recently confronted Jake Paul after learning about his alleged plans to cheat in their fight. Everyone knew Jake didn't stand a chance against Tyson in a fair match, but Paul strutted around as if knocking out the former champ would be a breeze. Fans thought Jake was just an overconfident troublemaker, clueless about facing the baddest man on the planet. However, it turns out he may have had a hidden agenda involving steroids, hush money, and who knows what else. It's rumored Paul spent big trying to secure an unfair victory. But cheating in boxing isn't easy. Experts can often detect foul play at a glance. So it's no surprise that Jake was quickly exposed, barely a month into his alleged scheme. The announcement of Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson has been explosive. Let's be real, facing Tyson is no joke, and Jake's alleged attempt to stack the odds in his favor with 3 different cheating schemes is raising eyebrows. First, there were rumors of steroid use. In some sports, steroids are an open secret, but in boxing it's far more controversial.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
UFC President Dana White didn't hold back, calling this a serious allegation, not just hearsay. Coming from Dana, who's seen countless fighters, this is huge. Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxer, is no stranger to the spotlight, known for his bold personality, luxury lifestyle, and rapid rise in boxing. But as his fame grows, so does the scrutiny. With a transition from internet prankster to a boxing contender, people are starting to wonder if Jake's flashy image is a mask for a riskier game. Those good looks might soon face some serious legal trouble. Jake Paul's bulging muscles, shredded physique, and unreal stamina seem almost too good to be true, leading many to suspect he's had some extra help. It's not a new protein shake they're thinking of, but something more sinister. Tyron Woodley, a former UFC...
When we did the face-to-face, I asked him directly to his face, and the man was he on PEDs, and his answer to me was no. So there will be testing. There's stuff in the contract about testing.
Welterweight champion and Paul's past opponent has noticed the changes firsthand. Woodley pushed hard for testing clauses in his contract with Paul, a move that speaks volumes about his suspicions. Steroids in boxing aren't new. Look at James Toney, whose legacy was stained after testing positive multiple times, or Evander Holyfield, who faced persistent allegations despite never testing positive. These accusations can cling to an athlete, ruining their reputation. And now, with Jake Paul, the whispers are growing louder. Trainers, experts, and fans alike are questioning whether his rapid physical transformation is really as natural as he claims. Jake Paul's dramatic transformation and rapid gains have caught people's attention. While some attribute his success to rigorous training and diet, others aren't so sure. His rapid muscle growth, enhanced performance, and relentless stamina suggest something more synthetic. Rumors about substances like human growth hormone HGH and erythropoietin EPO are swirling. These aren't your everyday supplements, they're powerful drugs with serious side effects. Then there's Mike Tyson, whose opinion carries weight. Tyson didn't hold back, claiming Paul's transformation isn't from hard work, but from a syringe, calling him a walking pharmacy and a disgrace to boxing. Tyson, known as the baddest man on the planet, doesn't mince words about the sport's integrity. A fierce advocate for fair play, Tyson has long condemned steroid use, believing it tarnishes the sport he loves. If these accusations hold up, Paul's career could take a serious hit. The stakes are high, with lasting consequences on his reputation and legacy. Fines, suspensions, and worst of all, a ruined reputation. Imagine the headlines: Jake Paul, the cheater, exposed. For someone like Paul, being branded a cheater could be devastating. Fans, already divided, might see this as confirmation of their worst fears. Mike Tyson's involvement adds intensity to the drama. He's openly said Jake Paul's muscles are as fake as his boxing career, and that real fighters don't need steroids to win. Tyson isn't just challenging Paul, he's defending boxing's honor. This clash represents more than one match. It's a battle of eras and ethics. Tyson's career, built on raw talent, contrasts sharply with Paul's controversy-laden rise. To Tyson, this fight is about preserving the soul of boxing. Steroids, he believes, turn the noble sport into a farce. But if you think the controversy ends there, think again. Rumors are now swirling that Paul's fight against Tyson might be scripted. If true, it would be another blow to boxing's integrity. Scripting a fight isn't just a minor foul, it's outright illegal and a betrayal of boxing's very essence. Deep down, Jake Paul knows he's no match for Mike Tyson. so he allegedly turned to steroids to boost his odds. This shows just how powerful and unpredictable Tyson really is. Even in a possibly scripted fight, Paul would still have to take some real punches. Clearly, Paul isn't confident his body, enhanced or not, can handle Tyson's blows. Here's the twist: Mike Tyson might not even know about the alleged scripting. Tyson stands for real competition, and faking a fight goes against everything he believes in. The real culprits might be the promoters or others who took Paul's money, promising him a win. That's why Jake's been so calm about the fight. He thinks the fix is in, even if Tyson remains unaware of it all. Jake Paul believes the outcome is in his favor, regardless of what happens in the ring. As the legendary Bernard Hopkins put it, Jake Paul thinks he can buy his way to victory. Offering money to script a fight is, in Hopkins's view, the lowest of the low. Known for his integrity and skill, Hopkins is disgusted by the idea. To him and other true sportsmen, Paul's actions are a slap in the face to every boxer who fights with heart and honor. The plot thickens even more with a twist a Saudi chief reportedly told Mike Tyson. This bombshell from a high-profile figure adds a new layer of drama, raising serious questions.
So many people, even the Saudi chief, got on social media and said, "Mike, forget the script. Beat the..."
Questions about what's really happening behind the scenes. Alleged scripting and a command from a Saudi chief could have major implications for boxing. The sport has faced scandals before. Think Sonny Liston's fixed fights or the shady outcomes in some recent celebrity bouts. Incidents like these have damaged boxing's reputation, leaving fans skeptical. Scripting fights threatens the sport's foundation, built on raw, unpredictable competition. Jake Paul is no stranger to controversy. Rumors have swirled that some of his past fights were fixed. Critics point to the suspiciously choreographed nature of his bouts and questionable performances from his opponents. Take, for instance, the way Ben Askren went down. It left many people scratching their heads. Critics have accused Jake Paul of selecting opponents who are either past their prime or pose little threat, and then sweetening the deal with cash to ensure a win. Mike Tyson has openly expressed his disdain for this approach, bluntly saying Jake Paul's idea of boxing is throwing cash around to fake a win. He's a disgrace to the sport, turning it into a circus. For Tyson and many others, boxing is about integrity, skill, and real competition, not manipulated outcomes for mere spectacle. Tyson's words resonate deeply, highlighting a growing concern in the boxing community: the fear that celebrity boxing, with all its glitz and staged drama, is chipping away at the sport's core values. True boxing fans and fighters want to see authentic matches where the outcome remains uncertain, determined solely by the fighter's abilities, not by money or pre-arranged agreements. The allegations against Jake Paul, whether about steroids or scripting fights, strike at the core of boxing's values. If true, they reveal a troubling trend where money and fame overshadow authenticity and honor in the ring, a trend that could spell disaster for the sport if left unchecked. By now, it's clear Jake Paul just can't seem to catch a break, can he? This time, the controversy centers around his weight. Let's be real, Jake isn't just focused on his boxing skills, he's also a master of mind games. He's known for bending the rules and staying just within the lines. For instance, Paul is supposed to be fighting in the heavyweight division. This isn't a walk in the park, it's the big leagues, where fighters are expected to be lean, mean, and ready to cause a scene. But what's Jake Paul doing? He's parading around with a physique that screams more couch potato than boxing prodigy. Even the legendary Mike Tyson had to call him out, saying that's got to sting. Tyson isn't just throwing shade for kicks. His comment highlights Jake's irresponsibility and lack of seriousness about the sport.
He's in his prime, he's fat. He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky.
However, there might be a sneaky plan behind Jake's flabby facade cheating during weigh-ins. He could manipulate his weight through extreme dehydration, stepping on the scale just enough to make the cut before rehydrating like a man lost in the desert. By fight night, he's packed on significant pounds, gaining a size advantage. But this old trick may be slimy, but it's still in play. Currently, Jake weighs in around 190 pounds, barely scraping into the heavyweight category. Meanwhile, Tyson, even in his late 50s, is a solid 240 pounds of pure muscle. This weight disparity could spell trouble for Paul. The discrepancy in weight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is as wide as the Grand Canyon, revealing Jake's desperate attempts to play the weight game and his lack of genuine preparation. To put this into perspective, let's look at some historical weight struggles in boxing. Remember Roy Jones Jr.'s ill-fated move to heavyweight? He bulked up to fight John Ruiz, but the extra weight slowed him down and hampered his performance. Then there's Chris Bird, who attempted to move down to light heavyweight later in his career, only to see his performance plummet. Weight manipulation isn't just unethical, it's often counterproductive. In his typical brash fashion, Jake tried to deflect criticism by mocking Tyson. He quipped, "Nice try, Jake, but let's rewind to that infamous Tyson vs. Buster Douglas fight." Douglas, heavier than Tyson, pulled off one of the greatest upsets in boxing history. Unlike Jake, Douglas didn't...
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm
You're-
better.
no,
and
you're
I'm gonna
not-
I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever.
Rely on tricks, he relied on skill, heart, and relentless determination. Comparing Jake Paul's physique to that of the heavyweights Tyson faced like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield is almost laughable. Holyfield and others weren't just heavyweights by weight, they were heavyweights by reputation and skill. In contrast, Jake is trying to bulk up but still can't shed that fat and funky vibe. So how do these weight discrepancies impact performance? It's straightforward. Heavier fighters often have more power but can be slower and less agile. Lighter fighters, if they bulk up improperly, can lose their speed advantage while still lacking knockout power. Scientific studies on weight advantages in boxing show that proper weight management enhances performance. However, manipulating weight through dehydration and rapid rehydration can lead to decreased stamina, slower reaction times, and a higher risk of injury. Chris Bird serves as a cautionary tale. He was a successful fighter, but his struggles with weight ultimately affected his performance and legacy. Chris Bird was a heavyweight who struggled immensely when he dropped to light heavyweight. His body couldn't adapt, and his performance suffered drastically. Similarly, if Jake Paul thinks he can game the system by manipulating his weight, he might find himself out of breath and out of luck when facing a seasoned warrior like Tyson. So there you have it, Jake Paul's weight manipulation exposed in all its dubious glory. From Tyson's biting critique to historic precedents that show such tactics rarely pay off, it's clear that Jake is out of his depth. While he may try to follow in the footsteps of boxing legends, he currently resembles a pretender attempting to buy his way to glory. It will be interesting to see how long this charade lasts when he finally steps into the ring with the real deal.